we need to talk about another thing.
Yes.
What are we talking about, Jim?
Dan, it is time for the card of the week.
Card of the week. Okay. So we're talking about a Final Fantasy card.
Yes.
So the card is Balthier. Am I pronouncing it correctly?
I believe so.
Balthier.
I don't know.
Balthier. This is from Opus II. Okay. So Balthier.
Really? He's been out that long?
Yeah, this
Holy
one,
cow.
this card in particular is from Opus II.
Oh, okay.
So Balthier is a four drop wind forward. Whenever one of your backups enters the field, activate Balthier. Okay. Again, with activate, what that means is turn him sideways, turn him face up. Okay. Now you can tap him or dull him. So tap, choose a forward, deal it 2,000 damage.
Yep.
So you can tap it, deal 2,000 damage, backup enters the field, untap it, tap it again to deal more damage. Yeah. Or you can attack and then also untap, whatever. Then he has a special ability, Fires of War. You pay that and you pay a wind resource. Balthier cannot be chosen by a summon or an ability this turn and gains first strike until the end of the turn.
Hexproof and first strike.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And he has 8,000 power.
Ooh, that's a big
So
boy.
that's pretty decent.
It's either Balthier or Balthier.
I think it's Balthier. Could be Balthier. Could be Balthier.
I don't know.
But I mean, this is like a prototypical wind card, right?
Restand.
Restand.
Machine gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Machine gun
I'm gonna
out.
tap him, deal some damage on tap, tap again, and then just doing that. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things to do in Magic. Just be able to spell sling and then untap my creature, tap it to ping.
I feel like every game, like any card game that I play, like I always love doing that. Just just really being able to manipulate the cards like that.
So in Standard, when those things were legal, there was a machine gun build in Standard that really actually taught me how to work the stack. Because if you don't understand the stack, you're not going to do well with this. Yeah. Because you're like, oh, but I cast this card, and I'm like, oh, oops, I forgot to tap the card. Except the ability goes on the stack to untap it. While that's on the stack, tap your card. You still have the time. Untap it, or continue with whatever the spell was that you casted.
Yeah. Yep.
So and
that's when I was really
new to the game.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that was I want to say a little bit before the rotation with after whatever Kaladesh. So whatever that set was, Kaladesh, Aether, Hour of
Devastation,
whatever the one. Right, Ixalan?
Ixalan? Yeah.
Before that, we were able to utilize some of the cards to have Thermal Alchemist and the Firebrand Archer in Standard. So that's when I was really learning how to manipulate the stack. Yeah. And that made me a better player to this day. Yeah. So glad I was able to do it.
I think, honestly, guys, like if you're card game players, I think you need to learn how to play Magic. Yeah. Okay. And just play a few games, right? Because I think I'm with you right there. I'm right there with you about learning how to play decks like that have made me a better player of learning how to use and abuse the stack and how it operates. Yep. Okay.
It's probably the most complex part about Magic.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
If you're able to know how to do that, everything else you're going to have.
One of the first times I was playing Commander at Grapple. Okay. I remember who said this. I just can't remember the name. It's gonna kill me, and I'll try to talk to you after about this. But we were playing Commander, and then they did something, and they were like, "I'm gonna cast this, maintain priority, and then I'm gonna do this." And I'm like, "What is that? What is he even talking about?" Like I was so confused. But then I'm like, "Oh, you can do this, and then it's so like." You need to be able to really, whatever game you're playing, you have to learn the intricacies and then really learn how to manipulate all of your cards. And it was so cool. Like learn it. It makes you such a better player in all of these other games too. Yeah, for sure.
As long as it's like relatively close to Magic, right? Like
right.
When it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like, okay, do you play Legacy? Then all right, you're gonna do fine with Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well, but I think too though, like it helps you learn to think through problems and solutions. Yeah. Okay. And like in this example, we're talking about magic, right? You had to learn how to think through it and then understand it and then apply it in another situation, in another thing. But really, you're learning all of this problem solving and thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that's what's really helping. So yeah, I mean, 100%. So anyway, card of the week, Balthier. I really like this card.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a legend, the legend rarity. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
And it's from Final Fantasy 12. So if you guys are a fan of Star Wars, go check out Final Fantasy 12.
You were saying that,
Yeah. It is for everyone who's played it, you completely understand what I'm saying. And anyone who hasn't, if you play it, you'll definitely know what I'm talking about.